Hey guys, welcome back for episode 10 of MK Don's Building a Legacy, the 100% live comm that I have decided to do. So far, we are doing fairly well as far as the league goes. Top of the league, 30 games played, 72 points. We've got an A+ rating for our manager performance, so clearly the Dons board feel we're doing quite well. And in today's episode, we are looking at getting 5, maybe more fixtures done, but definitely at least 5. West Ham in the FA Cup, Shrewsbury, Lincoln, Bolton and Rotherham in the league. If we get another couple of games done, that would be good. But for now, that's the only games I'm planning in this episode. So, up to now, you've all seen how we've got to this stage, but for any new viewers, just so you can have a look at our recent form, we haven't lost a game since all the way back in the first week of December when we lost to Doncaster. Since then, it seems pretty plain sailing. So I'm thinking we should be on our way up in this league. I mean, if we look at the actual outlook on the league, we're well in charge of this league. The top goal scorers in the league, we've got the best defence in the league, and we haven't really done much to this team. We've brought in one player that's really got into the team. I'll just take you to have a look at him. So it's Leif Davis. He's come in from Leeds on loan. He's definitely a player that I'd like to try and buy next season, possibly with the money that we get by going up to the next stage in the football pyramid. So hopefully if we do go up to the Championship, this boy will come in as a permanent fixture within the team. Anyway, enough of all that. We will get on now to the FA Cup 4th round replay against West Ham. So let's just get the briefings all skipped, and we should have a fully fit team for this. I've just given the whole team, everyone in the squad, 2 days rest. I'm hoping to have a full strength team to go into this game against a Premiership opposition. So if we just work our way through who should be in the team first of all. So we're going to want Britton in at right back instead of Williams, just because of how many assists he's provided this season. Walsh can't start, he can't play because of suspension, so it gives us a chance to bring Paul in. He's only played 2 games this season and 1 off the bench. He does look like he's going to be a good centre back in years to come. He's only 21 at the moment. Hopefully he can live up to the job today. We're going to have Cargill, Davis in. We're going to swap Casamu out for our best player this season, Helton. Boateng needs to be dropped so we can get Gilby back into the side. Thompson's in there, Reeves in there, Nombe's playing. We can't have Gladwin, who would be our other choice because of injury, and Healy up front, who is our top goal scorer, 24 goals this year. So everything's looking like what we want out of this. Quick look at the opposition report. So they're going to play a vertical tiki-taka. This time they're going 4-2-3-1 against us. So it'd be interesting to see what we can do against them. Now, last time out, when we went away to them, we did play a cautious mentality throughout the majority of the game before going attacking. For this game, I am just going to stick with our standard positive mentality that we use in most games. Quick look at their top performers. You've got Declan Rice in the middle, is still their highest rated player and best assists. And Bowen is playing on the right wing, and he is their top goal scorer this season with 6. So let's get through and assertively say we're underdogs. and that suits us down to the ground. Let's go out and cause an upset. Right, it's not the best weather for football out there today. How do you think the conditions will affect your performance? It's certainly not ideal, and we're going to have to make a few adjustments. You come into this one in good form whilst your opponents do not. Do you perhaps fear complacency ahead of kickoff? Let's not be negative so close to the match. Nichols takes captain's armband today. What do you see in him as a leader? Oh, he's a highly influential player, isn't he? So I know I can rely on him to set the tone and ensure everybody reaches the required standard out there. The public will want to hear a proper answer from you. You come into this one in good form, whilst your opponents do not. Do you perhaps fear complacency? He's going to answer with the same answer as last time. Absence of Joe Walsh is sure to be felt. How hard will it be without his services? We've looked good in training and we've prepared for this eventuality, so we will be fine. Right, let's get kicked off and see if we can pull a rabbit out of a hat, so to speak. I mean, if we can get a win today, Manchester United wait in the next round of the FA Cup. That will be probably the biggest payday that the Dons have had. 5th round of the FA Cup and an away trip to Old Trafford. And we've took the lead here. It's Reece Healey with the goal, with his 25th of the season. Britton plays it through to Reeves. Reeves takes the shot and the keeper saves, but it drops to Healey. And he puts it past Fabianski without a real issue there. 1-0. And West Ham may have come here with a bit too much confidence. So we're half an hour in. We do look in control of the game. We're looking like we're creating the chances. We're holding the possession firm. They've got a corner at the moment. So they're starting to pull themselves back into this game, but they are allowing us to have the possession. Just got to see it through to half time. So we've got through to half time here. Let's just get on and say to the players, I'm going to praise them. Pleased with how it's going, keep it up. It was a toss up between, do I tell them don't get complacent or do I praise them? But they're in League One, they need to be praised for even being able to hold West Ham to a 1-goal deficit. Just gonna demand a little bit more now. So they felt a bit of pressure by us demanding more out of them, but it has focused a couple of players at the same time, so just keeping an eye on. So we're 70 minutes in. Let's make a tactical change now. I think I'm going to get Britton off just because of that booking. Last thing I want is him to get another booking and we end up down to 10 men against these. And just looking through there, no one's playing particularly badly. If anyone drops to around 65, I think that'd be the next substitution I'll need to make. Just gonna demand more out of them for this last 10 minutes. Thompson's injured in the middle. I'm gonna have to bring him off. McGrendels is gonna get his opportunity to come in now. Confirm the substitution there. And now Gilby's picked up an injury. Centre of midfield, we're going to have to make one last change, and Kazumu's going to come in the centre of midfield now. Confirm that. I didn't want to see, now we're very weakened in the centre. Come on, passion, boys. Through to the 5th round of the FA Cup, and a tie against Manchester United awaits us. We've deserved that game. We've shown a Premier League team how to play there. That is absolutely fantastic for us. Passionate people had written us off, and you've proved them all wrong. Well done to get a result out there. We've got Shrewsbury Town up next in the league, and everything just keeps ticking along nicely for us. Just flip through these, see if there's anything that jumps out at me. MK Dons winning the 4th round. So we've picked up a couple of knocks. I've been given £180,000 for the win against West Ham. We also picked up some money for the TV revenue. Bumper crowds expected as well, so this really could be a big payday. Right, the last thing I want to do quickly before I forget, and I think I have just forgotten what I was going to do. Alright, we'll come back to it anyway. I have forgot what I was going to do. I can't believe we've managed to do that. FA Cup 5th round. We've broke the record attendance for the Dons as well by hosting West Ham in the FA Cup 4th round. The previous attendance was 28,000 when we played Chelsea in 2016. But we've broke it to 30,303 people. That's going to be record gate receipts and everything. And it's not like you can say it was a lucky win or we didn't deserve it. We did deserve that. That's what I was going to do. When's the next fixture after them? Got fixtures coming thick and fast at the minute. What are we on? We're on the 5th, so if we had 6th and 7th off, I am going to give them all another rest. Another 2-day rest. Buzzing through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. You can't moan about that. Just need to keep this run going. We look like we're going to be playoffs minimum. I mean, by the end of this episode we'll know where we're going to be finishing, or thereabouts. Let's just skip that for a minute. Just having a look through. Right. So we beat them at the start of the season. Let's see who's available, and then we can work out what we're going to do. So Gilby's going to have to be dropped off. Get Boateng back in. Thompson's looking like he's fit enough to see the game out now. I'm going to bring Walsh back in. I think that's about as far as we're going to need to change it up now. See, Lee Nichols, he seems like a really good goalkeeper. He's certainly doing well for us this season. I'll need to know whether he's going to be any good going through to the Championship though. Look at him over the season. He's had 21 clean sheets in 39 games. Right, quick look at the opposition report. So they're going control possession 4-4-2, and they're going to probably be quite cautious about how they go forward. We are on a nice run at the minute. Long may it continue. So players to watch from Shrewsbury. Right wing, we've got Williams. He's got the most assists this season with 4 in 21 appearances, so might be worth watching him getting forward and putting crosses into the box. Their top goal scorer is Jason Cummings. He's got 11 goals in 34 appearances, so 1 in 3 games he is scoring in. As for our players, Britain's still your top player for assists, 13 and 28. We've got Houghton still top performer, 7.42 average rating, and we've got Healy up top, 25 goals now in 36 starts. Right, assertively we're going to tell them that expect nothing but a win from this game, and we are out and started. Sit back, relax and see if we can get the win. Although looking at that, it shows that it's come out of the blocks. But we've took the goal. So Reeves with a corner. It's dropped from outside the box. Thompson's took the shot and it's bounced off Walsh and gone into the net. Another one of them cracking shots from outside the box. Thompson, but it's actually Walsh that gets the goal this time. And it really was just that it bounced off him. It's pretty even this game. And Shrewsbury given as good as they get. Cautious mentality for the second half, something to maybe consider. Let's have a quick look at the analysts for this game. It is just very, very even. They're pushing forward as much as we are. Don't want to invite them on too much. How are their shots looking? They've yet to create a chance that's noteworthy, but they are getting into the box for the shots because they've only had one long distance shot. Okay. I'm going to tell them don't get complacent out there, and I am going to switch it to a cautious mentality. I'm just hoping that that cautious mentality means we can catch them on the break. But it's actually led to them scoring a goal, so... Are we letting them come on to us too much then? They're creating more chances since we've gone to that. To man more. Oh, I don't want to drop points against these. Not with them so far down the table. They're a team that we should be taking points from. Let's go attacking. I know I haven't made any subs in this game, but and get creative for the last 5 minutes. Nope, 1-1. They say it's no real surprise at ending in a draw. I am surprised, I'm disappointed. We're going to go assertive. That simply put, weren't good enough. And the players obviously agree because it's all thumbs up. The only saving grace is that Portsmouth drew as well. So it's made no difference in our title push. Oh man. Okay. We've gone to 12 unbeaten now in the league. Lincoln City up next. What's the club finances looking like now? 1.6 million in the bank now. Although that's like 1.15. If there is 1.6 million in the bank, we're $1 million off of what we were at the start of the year. We're going to have all our prize money at the end of the season to come. Getting a couple of complaints about training not being the workload not being high enough. Again, I'm not sorting the training out till we get to the Premier League. Just leave it as the club sees fit. Brackley want more on loan. There's more even in our team. So he's in our under 23s at the minute. They're going to play him as an important player, so it would be good for his development. How much is his wages? He's only on £300 a week. Not even, I'm going to accept that, but I'm not going to try and get money out of him. It's going to improve his development by being at a team where he gets to play competitive football. Oh, so we drew with Lincoln at the start of the season. We're going to need to do a little bit more than we did in the last game to get the win off them. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is get Walsh off for Paul. Also going to get Lewington back in the team. And that's only because of how fit he is. Thompson is going to start on the bench. McGrandles will start in place of him. And Mason will start as well. So quite a few changes for this game. Let's have a quick look at their report. They've got control possession and they're playing a 4-4-1-1. Right, let's see if we can get the better of these. Stick with our positive mentality for this. Players to watch: Anderson on the right hand side is their top performer and has the most assists with 9 assists in 35 appearances. John Jules has 11 goals in 30 appearances up top. Right, team talk. Assertive. Fully expect you to get the win this time after dropping off in the last game. Let's see what we can do. We're just wondering whether we've got a little bit of an FA Cup hangover. I mean, it's then going to be about what's more important. Was it more important to get through to the FA Cup 5th round, or would I sacrifice that to ensure we finish top of the league? To be honest, I don't think I would sacrifice it to finish top. If I had to sacrifice it to make sure we went up in automatic promotion, on the other hand, I think I probably would. I was just about to go. We need to go cautious. We're getting absolutely pushed. Look how many shots they've had. Paul's injured now. Oh, for God's sake, right. I don't know what has come over our players. Come on. Alright. Aggressive. Yeah. Don't even look like you want to win this match. It's angered a couple of them, motivated a lot of them, so we've got one back, so it's back on level terms now, and it's Lewington. He's got the ball on the left, cross into the box, and there's Healy get into the ball to get his 26th goal of the season. Oh, and they're straight back in front again. Oh, for God's sake. Let's get Shelter. Demand more. What's the analyst saying? Let's go very attacking. Get creative. It's just giving up on this. That's it, 3-1. Game's over. Game's buried. Yep. 2 games dropped. I knew that going over attacking was probably going to lead to that, but that wasn't good enough. Should have been winning. Or at least we've got a bit of a rest now where we can get some energy back. Paul's injured for 4 weeks. Right, let's take 10 days before Bolton. Oh man, that's a pain in the head. Okay, let's just keep flicking through. Well, probably should have made a parting comment to him just to say that when he's got the opportunity to come back here and make the most of this, but never mind. It's really annoyed me. I don't know. These Portsmouth playing Shrewsbury. No doubt going to win that. They'll be within 7 points of us after we've had a 10-point lead for about 2 months. Oh, the results coming in. I mean, Bolton ain't going to be any easy game. Yeah, so Portsmouth now within 7 points of us. We now find ourselves only 13 points clear of the playoff spots. Mitchell's been removed from the shortlist. No, he's a good left back. He's on loan from Crystal Palace. How long's he got on him? Contract at Palace till 2021. Put him back on the shortlist. Good left wing back. Oh man. Bolton next. Guess you can't win them all. We've certainly had a good run, so can't complain too much about how we're getting on. You got to remember, we were only predicted 10th place finish in the league anyway. Right, Mason's out for 4 to 6 weeks with a hernia. Gladwin's also out, so we've now got no backup wingers. This is where it starts to fall apart. You start getting injuries throughout the season towards the back end. This is why you need to have done such a good job at the start to just secure yourself in the position you want to finish in. Oh man, come on. Hurry up. I'd be interested if we can get Davis on a permanent deal. It's going to be interesting how much Leeds want for him. I mean, how much do you think we should stretch to for him? Valued at $1 million at the moment. Oh, I've just spotted that. Pompey have lost we got the opportunity to make that 10-point gap again. If we get a win over Bolton, we can put that 10-point gap there. It'd be nice to finish the episode still with a 10-point gap, and we're not finishing against Bolton. We have got another game, if not two, to go before we do finish up on this episode. But anyway, as I was saying about Davis, he's been a real find at left back for us. I mean, I didn't think Lewington would be getting kicked out of the squad when I brought Davis in on loan. I really did believe I was bringing Davis in to be a backup to Lewington, but he's just so much better than him. Who's that? Transfers and contract. What were they saying? Houghton should be a regular star, not a star player. Isn't good enough to get the playing time he wants. He's been our best player. Whose summary is that? Our chief scout. He's a good scout as well. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Alright, let's skip through this. It says we should be winning this. Alright, let's skip that. See, is it because I had so many players out that cost us that last game? And if that is so, we clearly need to add some depth to this team for next season. Pompey are playing again today, this time against Fleetwood. Britain making positive development. Alright. Gladwin's still not back, so we know what wingers we're going to be playing. Alright, let's get the players on the pitch that need to be there. Thompson needs to be in for McGrandles. Boateng out for Gilby. We want Lewington out so Davis can come back in. And we need to get Reeves in. Gladwin's not fit. Get Boateng in there. So we've got a full team to play. It is what our regular team looks like. So quick look at Bolton. Going to play that 4-3-3. Look to play Route 1 football. So we might want to be a little bit wary of that. Players to watch out for Bolton. In the middle of the pitch, you've got Crawford, who has 8 assists in 16 starts, but overall he's made 28 appearances. And up top, they've got Daryl Murphy, who has 7 goals in 25 starts. For us, Healy is now up to 26 goals in 38 games. And Britain has contributed 13 assists this season. Davis on the left hand side, 7 assists and 27 appearances. He's got 7.24 average rating. Okay, team talk. In fact, I'm going to let the assistant do the talk this time. And the players seem happy with the assistant's talk. Change it up a bit, seeing as how the last couple of games haven't gone our way. Maybe the assistant have a bit better luck getting them on side. We need to pick us up after the 3-1 loss in the last game. Gonna have a few depressed heads out there. took the lead. Healy's got the goal this time. So ball out wide to Callum Britton. He's got to the byline, ball into the box, and there's Healy on the volley to beat the goalkeeper. He's just got the right side of his marker there. And we've got a nice early lead, 20 minutes in. And we're 2 up now. Cross again. It's dropped to Thompson. Thompson's nodded it to Reeves. Reeves back to Houghton, and he's took a blast from outside. And he's buried it for his 4th goal of the season. Houghton, our player of the season so far, and I think that's probably what he's going to get given at the end of the year. He's definitely putting in a shift for the team this season. We seem to be playing well and seem to be getting over that 3-1 defeat. We just got to keep piling on the misery. So we've come in at half time, in the lead, 2 goals to the good. Portsmouth are currently drawing with Fleetwood. Passionate, very happy with the way you're playing. Keep it up, lads. So we seem to be holding a fairly good game at the moment. Give a couple of more minutes, and I think 70 minutes. I'm just going to drop a bit of praise on them. And do we need to make any changes? I'm going to get Britton off for Williams. Williams is probably the better defender out of the 2. He's a more accomplished crosser as well. Just hasn't got the flair that Britton brings to the team. And do I dare bring Carey on? Yeah, Carey on for Nombre. He never had a good game when we had to bring him into the side. He is only a youngster. But at the same time, we can't afford to have any more injuries in the wing position, so while we've got a chance to bring him on, we might as well. And Reeves has just scored an excellent free kick there around the wall, as close to the post as you're going to get. Let's drop another bit of praise on them. Probably going to give them all big heads now, but they're fired up by the feedback they're getting. We couldn't have asked for a better way to bounce back after that 3-1 defeat. It's not like Bolton are rock bottom of the table either. Even with their 12-point deficit, they were in 8th at the start of today. So they've had a really good season. I'm just gonna passionately, nice victory, well done. Man of the match there was Reeves. Pompey, how did they get on? Fleetwood smashed them in the end, 3-1. We've got a 10-point lead over Pompey now, and a game in hand. All of a sudden, we've pulled that back, and we've got that extra game where we can just put a bit more daylight between us. I'm going to praise Reeves for his performance with his passing, I think. Passionate passing. Let's skip through. We're going to play Rotherham next. Oh, I can't believe that. We've got a full week to prepare for the Rotherham game as well. 10 points clear again. I thought I'd started to give it all up after them 2 games I've dropped. Let's keep going. Oh, Do you guys think I'll be able to keep Davis then? I mean, at the very least, I can offer another loan to Leeds and see if they'll loan him again for another season. It's just with how good he's been this year, makes you wonder whether they would loan him to us. It's the only thing about having a good season with a player that's on loan. I'd much rather do it with a player that's your own player that you know you're going to have for seasons to come. Because all we're doing is aiding the development of Leeds by making him a better player. Not aiding our own development. That's why we need to make the most of him while he's here. Oh, come on, hurry up. Makes me wonder if I should have loaded all these leagues that I've loaded. It'll make it more fun when we get to the Premier League anyway, so... it's where it's going to come into its own when we can actually start searching for decent players that are in these other leagues. We'll be able to see what they're actually doing and how they're performing at the club. If they're playing well at a poor club, you know he's a decent player. Playing well at a good club doesn't necessarily do anything for him. So let's just skip through this again. Nothing need to look at there. We're going into this game as favourites. Look at that, possible fate, potentially a win away from the playoffs at worst. What? How good would that be to end this episode with that? Alright, skip that briefing. Right, let's I wonder if they'll put us on telly for that. I don't think I've had hardly any televised games. Let's have a quick look. How many televised games have we had this season? West Ham, Bromley. I've had no league televised games. What my finances is like now, 1.3 million. So it's dropped off a little bit now. I did get up to 1.6. What's the projection looking like? 1.1 at the end of this season. So last time we played Rotherham, it was a 3-1 win that we had. We looked fairly solid in the game. Okay. Let's have a quick look at any players we need to drop out or bring in. Everyone had a fairly good game against Bolton, so I think we'll just stick with where we're at. Okay, opposition's report. They're going to play control possession with the same formation as ourselves. Players to watch from them. They're playing in defensive midfield. is Barlaser. He's got 6 assists, in 35 starts. Also on the left-hand side, Trevor Clark playing at left wing back for them. He's got 6 assists in 35 starts. And their top goal scorer is Michael Smith, 13 goals in 37 starts. We know from previous games all of our star players, none of that's changed, so nothing to look at there. So let's again hand over to the assistant because he got the best out of him in the last game. And let's have a look at these. Michael Smith has been banging in the goals so far. Do you have a plan to stop him? I guess we're about to find out. As you prepare to face Rotherham, are you happy with Joe Walsh's performances at central defender? Yeah. How much of a boost is Clark Robertson's absence? I think it's unfair to single out individuals in such a manner and shows a lack of class. Are you hopeful Davis carries on his recent good form? And we are off and running. Let's hope we can keep our record against Rotherham going and make it 2 from 2. It's definitely going to be a bit harder next season. We're not going to have Thompson for one. Probably not going to have Davis. There are 2 lone players that we keep relying on. The decision then is which one, if you could only have one of them, do we get back? Go aggressive. I mean, Thompson's scored some screamers and is always solid. But Davis, we haven't got another left back at the club that does what Davis does. Healy's got a goal, so thrown into the box, it's bounced to Healy in the box and Healy's just took the chance. Fantastic goal there from Healy. We've got the lead. Right, let's get some changes made. We will carry on for Reeves. Reeves is not having a brilliant game. And get Taylor on for Davis. He's been alright coming on off the bench to play that role, so it's just going to mean we keep him fit. Also, going to just demand more out of the players for this last 10 minutes. That's motivated all the players. They've just had a goal disallowed, so we want to be careful not to let them come on to us again. 4 more minutes. Come on, boys. It's another 1-0. We've had a few of them recently, but we just always look the better team. And whether it be 1 or 3-0, if we're picking up the 3 points, we're moving closer and closer to the championship. I'm just checking the time. I think we're going to have time for one more game, which would be the Manchester United FA Cup game. Let's just have a look at the fixtures. Did the FA Cup game. Then that would leave Gillingham, Doncaster, Oxford, Gillingham, Tranmere, Fleetwood for the following episode. Not sure whether to do the FA Cup game or not anyway. Just leave that for the start of the next episode. Let's get through to it and then we'll make the decision. Oh man, I can't believe the cup run we're on at the minute. On our way to Old Trafford to play Manchester United in the FA Cup 5th round. Monthly performance review. We're still on an A+. They seem very happy with everything we're doing. Concerned about the 3-1 defeat to Lincoln, and are concerned about Nombe's performances. Well, I think one player's performance over the rest of the team shouldn't really matter. Right. Now the interesting thing is, will United play a weakened team against us, or will they go full strength? I still can't believe we're in the FA Cup 5th round. And then we've got to worry about Doncaster being 3 days later. Oh man. Oh yeah. Alright. We're massive outsiders for this. Haycock believes we've got a chance. I don't know what to believe. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was rather complimentary about your team in reaction to the FA Cup draw and suggested that MK Dons will be a tough nut to crack. How do you truly rate your chances? I don't know. Let's go cautious. Happy to hear the comments, but we really do know what we're up against. So See if there's any upsets in the first FA Cup ties. Looking at that, Huddersfield putting Palace out. Bit of an upset, that one. But other than that, nothing that you wouldn't have expected to see. I really don't know whether we can do this. Are you kidding? We're not even on TV. Oh, man. I thought we were going to end up with some TV revenue as well. It's a sold out capacity. We're playing in front of a sold out capacity. Let's do this. Everyone who I want is in. It'd be nice to have Glavin on the bench, but he's not available for 7 days, and he's failed a fitness test anyway, so we can't put him on. Paul did pass his fitness test, but Taylor's probably the better option there. So now do we go cautious and just try to hold on, or do we just play like we normally play? See, this is how West Ham set up against us, and we played how we normally play and we got the win. Played cautious against West Ham and we fell behind and ended up getting back by going attacking. Okay, we're just going to play positive like we normally would. It's either going to go massively wrong for us, or it's going to go massively right for us. Let's have a quick look at players to watch. Top goal scorers Rashford with 17 goals in 38 games, and we have Bruno Fernandes, 13 assists in 38. He's also contributed 15 goals in 38, so he looks like he contributes a fair amount. Healy in our last game has brought his goal total to 28 goals in 40 appearances now. Okay. Assistant didn't really do anything that time, but never mind. Right, both teams come into this one on good form. How do you feel about your chances of kick-off? We're going to have to be our very best to get something. Man United, as good as they come, will certainly be able to cause us. Yeah. How are you approaching the task of breaching the FA Cup's best defence? Number of ways we can go about, only needs one goal. Your team selection has offered little in the way of surprise today. Are you confident ahead of kick-off? Pereira comes into this match having provided some impressive midfield displays in recent weeks. Do you have a plan to stop him? Hopefully he stays quiet. Right. Let's see what the game brings. Again, with the other FA Cup games, I'm not expecting a massive deal out of this game. As long as we don't get battered 8-0, I'm going to see it as a success. This game for me is about making money. It's not about trophies. We're not set up to win trophies at the moment. Plenty of space there for Rashford to get through. As I was saying, we're not set up to win trophies at the moment, but it'll certainly help our bank balance going into the next season. Having this in the bank, having the revenue that go into the Championship will bring. We should start filling out the stadium more. We've already got a decent sized stadium, it just doesn't get full up at the moment. So that extra revenue is going to help. Once we're in a higher division, you're going to expect more people to be turning up to watch us. I mean, I don't think we're doing bad at the minute. They're frustrated. We're holding them to a 1-0 at half time at Old Trafford. Passionate. I know we're underdogs, but keep going and give the fans something to cheer for. That's all I can ask them to do. If we get one chance that is a clear-cut chance, we need to just take it. That's the important thing. We go and take the chance that we get. At some point we will. I've got faith in that. We've got an excellent team. It's the man more see fit, just focus. Yeah, just what I wanted. Focused. After that. Right, I'm gonna give an opportunity now to Casemiro. He's got a bit more flair than Houghton. It also means I can rest Houghton for the next game. Like I said, it's not just about today. We need to be wary about the next game that's coming up. The league's more important to us than this FA Cup. So Rashford's got second, Greenwood with the assist there. It's no more than was expected. We're talking about a top 4 side here. You know, one of the best in Europe, one of the best in the world, up against a team that's 2 divisions lower than them. We've not got the manpower at the moment to go up toe for toe with these. Don't get me wrong, I believe in these tactics. I believe this tactic with players of a similar calibre could beat Manchester United. Rashford's grabbed his hat-trick. Like I said, I come into this game knowing this was going to happen. The idea for me, don't get any players injured and don't get embarrassed. I don't feel 3-0 loss to Manchester United is embarrassing. So, passionate. No, I'm not going to go passionate because I won't overdo it. We were underdogs out there and you gave it your best. Good luck, good effort, lads. And I think that's fair. I mean, we had an average rating of 6.71. So that's the end of that. MK Dons can be proud of Solskjaer. That's nice of him to say that. And again, I don't think he's just doing it to be nice. I think he's being genuine about that. Just going to give all of these players a rest again. 2-day rest. Because we've got Doncaster coming up as the first game in the next episode. See how much money that generates for us. There should be some info come through in a minute about that. I mean, I'm just seeing the finances just on that other page. We're up to over 2 million in the bank again. So it's clearly put something on our finances there. Nothing coming through on there. Okay, well, that is what we're gonna end the episode with. A couple of people wanted to see my profile and see how I'm getting on at the moment. So if we just have a look down on the career stats, we have played 45 games live so far. Of those, we've won 30, drawn 8 and lost 7. We've got a 66% win rate. And current earnings for my career is £81,000, so not too bad. I've got another, as far as my contract goes, I've got till the end of 2021. So I've got another season after this season I'm guaranteed now down for. And as for my attributes, these are my current attributes. And I'm currently studying for my Continental B license. So we should start seeing an increase in those at the end of the season. So just a quick look back at what's happened in today's episode. We are now, well, I say now, we're still 10 points clear of Portsmouth, who are chasing us down for the title. We do only have 10 games left in the league season, so 30 points available to us. There's only 27 points available to Portsmouth, and we've got a 10-point lead over them. So for me, looking at the deficit of Doncaster, who are in third and in the playoff spots, I think in today's episode we've just nailed on promotion to the Championship. There's nothing obviously come through to say that's definite, but I can't see us losing that much of a lead, not with the way we've been playing this season. As for manager performance, we've still got an A+ rating from the board. Everyone seems happy with what we're doing. Finances are up to 2.1 million in the bank again after our FA Cup run that come to an end against Manchester United in the last game. So the next episode we are going to be looking at Doncaster, Oxford, Gillingham, Tranmere and Fleetwood Town. Maybe a game more, maybe a game less. It will depend on time again. But for me at the moment, thank you very much for watching. If you have liked what you've seen, please do leave a like. It really helps in getting the channel visited by other people. Share it with your friends who you think would also like Football Manager content. And don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can see all of the videos that I release in the future. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.